Now, these babies here are fur and leather shorts. I probably won't ever be able to get into them, but my grandmother wore these at one point in her life. I want to say these here are from the 60s, crafted to perfection, and they just feel so good. And I believe this is like the only time that this much fur should be allowed below your waistline.
Describe to me your style.
Classic, I'd say. But I hate to just steal, what we use for the shop, but it's fitting. It's classic with a twist. I am Autumn Merritt, co-owner of Sir and Madam.
I am Brian Merritt, also co-owner of Sir and Madam, as well as self-proclaimed foodie and food expert, as well as international stamp getter.
And scene. Okay, so speaking of Brian, this is a hat that he wants me to lose. But it's my favorite hat. It's not going anywhere. This is a vintage Swedish military cap, and it's short of what I call amazing. In the winter, to put this cap on, it's like you're shielded from every element known to man. I am a sucker for comfort. I mean, you'll find me in heels and everything, but trust that my feet aren't going to be hurting. As far as just my overall style, it's not much thought into the outfit, but it always just comes together.
Right.
Now this clutch here is one of my favorites. When you go out, with the clutch, you're like, okay, I just gotta figure out, if I'm gonna wanna hold this all night and things like that. But with this little hand strap, this just makes life easy,
Some of my prized possessions are my jackets. This is from Engineered Garments. I picked this up at the Engineered Garments store in Shibuya in Tokyo as well, my recent trip over there. It's got a lot of details to the coat. First, the oversized pockets on the front, especially this one on the side. It also wraps around to the back, so it's got a pocket that basically goes around the entire side. Well, the hood is removable. I have not done that yet, but this is the cool little detail that I also like about it. Unzip the skirt in terms of it makes the coat longer.
That is amazing.
I would describe my style as a mix of Japanese street and heritage kind of cross. In World War I, Levi made the uniforms for the military. A lot of people don't know that. So these are World War I military cargos. I don't need a lot of logos. I'm not big on having Louis Vuitton monogrammed all over my clothes. I think that's kind of corny, but I do like quality high-end stuff.
This skirt here is a boxing kitten skirt. This is called the illusion skirt, and it's just like the perfect skirt. It's like anywhere you walk, it's on like your personal runway. In the back, there's a slit. So, as you walk in the back, you just get this hint of fabric, and it's sexy, so it's one of my favorites. In terms of what inspires my style, I people watch. I do. And just, I love to see how people sort of interpret, different pieces. And I'm sure subconsciously that sort of, affects my style. This bracelet, that's a watch, is a piece that my mother recently gave back to me. It was from my great-grandmother on my father's side. She gave this to me when I was younger. As far as people though, I can say that my parents probably both have had some type of influence on my style. Like, my dad can wear a suit, and my mom, she just has this, she has a classic style too, but she also just has that bohemian edge to her, so she'll put in some turquoise, chunky accessories and coppers and things like that. And as I grow older, I see both of them in my style. This piece here I got when I was pregnant with my first child, and I was going like coat crazy. I've always been crazy about coats, but at this point in time, I just wanted to be warm for winter, and I knew that my stomach was huge. So I needed coats that would just really, accommodate a growing belly. And this was one.
When I'm grabbing these pieces now, especially from these designers, I'm always kind of looking on the inside of the garment first to know the quality of it. I think that you should shop like that. This is from Comme des Garçons shirt, so not quite genuine type, but Comme des Garçons under the umbrella. This doesn't have a lot of function to it, but it's just a pretty ill tartan coat. So it's got 3 different tartan plaid prints.
And it works because
they go together,
Yeah.
How do you find out if its quality is going from the inside out? And then it can justify the price sometimes. When we were talking about the Jordans, the quality of leather they were using back then was better. The shoes were cheaper. Now they're $200. The leather cracks. You know what I mean? So I'm buying for the long term. I think that goes like with my style. Something that can, go from one season to the next, from year to year.
So these here, this was an awesome Mother's Day gift from my husband. I definitely didn't expect to open up a box of Chanel shoes.
oh wow.
Right? These here are just, they have my name on it, all over it. When it comes to the accessories and everything I like, I love gold, but it doesn't have to be overstated. I think that this is just a classic black wedge with that hint of detail that's just perfect. I'm not a big shopper. I do prefer to shop for other people, but I will say I am fortunate enough that most of my wardrobe can come right from Sir Madam, which is great.
All right, this is my vintage bag that I've been begging my dad to give me since I was a little kid. He used to keep this at my grandmother's house with another set of Gucci luggage that him and my mother got when they were going on their honeymoon in an airport. His bag broke, and they were in Hong Kong at the time, and there was a Gucci store in the airport in Hong Kong. It was like in '76. Yeah, so my dad needed a tennis bag, so my mom, he didn't even know anything about Gucci. My mom tells us, going to the Gucci store. He's like, okay, cool, and he buys his bag, and it's like a dope tennis bag. It won't fit like a modern head anymore, you know what I mean? But they have remade this bag in the modern form where they do have the head that's kind of bigger.
Yeah.
It's a nice like vintage Gucci detail in gold. This is just an all-around awesome silhouette of a bag.
Yeah.
And even without that, I would use this as just like a regular tote.
Presents. This right here is a push present. These here are Chloe Sevigny for opening ceremony. So you figured out if you can push out a baby, you can walk in these. Just don't walk down the ramp.
Right.
But I love these shoes. So as far as Sir and Madam and its start and just how we, came to be, we're the Soulmate Chicago. That was about 6 years ago. So what's life without a dusty pair of Chucks? These here, we painted our first shop in. So before Sir and Madam, it was Soulmates. And for those who have been into the shop, we had black walls, black, floor to ceiling walls. And they were pretty high ceilings, so it was a lot of paint. Every time I wear them, and I still wear them pretty often, I'm reminded of that. So these hold a place in my heart for sure. Memories, where'd you come from? We were exploring the option of doing some rebranding. So completely taking on the name of whatever our private label would be, our in-house brand would be. So this piece here is a go-to. In the fall, winter, spring, cool summer. This Madam hoodie has stayed by my side. It's from our Sir Madam collection. It's just a basic logo sweatshirt. It's comfortable, it's classic, and then it's ours. So I wear it with pride.
This Sir Madam is one of my favorite Sir Madam bags we made. It's out of wax canvas and like bridal leathers with our custom and signature Sir Madam patch. Perfect weekend bag. You just take on the plane and you don't need to check it. Nice straps. You can kind of hold over. The best part about this bag is the amount of pockets that it has. So we've got one front flat pocket. We have another pocket inside of that. On the inside on the back, we've got another pocket back here, which is also lined. And on the side pocket, we have these like side gusset pockets. Brands will change and transition with the trends, and they may not go in the direction that you see yourself and your store going in. So this is a way that we can always control like the direction of the store and what we want to put out.
This piece here is probably one of my favorite bags. One of our first all leather pieces that we did, and it's an awesome piece. It's a pebble grain leather. It's one of my favorites. Sir and Madam is classic. You know, like people hear it and they're like, oh, you know, that's dope. Like however you want to say it. If you want to say Sir and Madam or Sir and Madame, hey, we're not gonna stop you.
These are my Bally boots. Bally makes some of the best boots and they're the most comfortable. I own Red Wings, I own Russell Moccasin, Yucatan, like all of like the big brands. I have them, you know what I mean? But nothing feels better than these Bally boots. I wear them probably throughout the entire winter. I feel like I can almost go play basketball in it. We all come with ideas and a theme, and then we present. Okay, out of this theme, what do you want to create out of this?
Okay.
What wovens? What fabrics? And then from there, we kind of like, okay, you like these fabrics, or you like these silhouettes? Cool, I like those silhouettes. I like those fabrics too.
Okay.
Let's put it in to the men's, or let's find a women's version of this. When we did the floral stuff, we had two different florals, but we knew we wanted to do floral.
This is my favorite dress, never worn. I've had it for probably about 4 years. It's awesome. I hate to say I need some place to wear it to because I'll wear it to take out the trash if need be, but you know, it has to be like that perfect black tie gala, and I just haven't come across that invite in my mailbox yet. It could start as a print, you know, if we see a print that we're inspired by, but then we still want to build a story around it. I think it's always important to have a story just because you want to engage the consumer. You know, you want to connect them in some type of way.
Yeah.
So with us, it can start from anywhere.
The stories we come up with and the theme behind it definitely helps me create the rest of the garments. So that's how it usually works. What items do you want to create within these fabrics and with this theme is next. I always say we're not reinventing any wheels.
Right.
Just throwing some nice rims on it. That's all we're doing.